Hi, I'm Adam Rubin, author of The Human Kaboom, and I would like to read the introduction from the book for you. Inspiration is everywhere. Hello, friendo. It's me, Adam Rubin. I wrote this book, as well as some others you might have read. But if not, that's okay. Just play along for the rest of the introduction. Over the past few years, I've had the great pleasure of meeting a bunch of you in person. We got to high-five and pose for pictures and share some laughs at the bookstore. You asked excellent questions, which I was happy to answer. My favorite color is blue. I was born in 1983, and yes, I do have all 20 of my fingers and toes. The most popular questions, from first graders to middle school students to gray-haired librarians, were all related to the theme of inspiration. Where the heck do I get the ideas for all my stories? The answer is in giant type at the top of the previous page. Inspiration is everywhere. Maybe you think I'm exaggerating. This place stinks, you say as you glance around. There's no inspiration here. Well, I say poppycock, which is a very fun word to say. Poppycock. There are an infinite number of stupendous ideas floating right in front of your face, just waiting to be discovered. They might be invisible at the moment, but we can change that. Look, here's a silly little doodle I made in 5 seconds. Nothing to it, right? Just a few squiggly lines. Can this drawing really be the inspiration for your next great story? You bet your butt it can. All you have to do is fuzz your eyes and open your mind. Some people call it daydreaming. My math teacher used to tell me to quit it, but it's actually a highly valuable skill. When you give your brain permission to play, your imagination starts to run wild. The squiggly lines offer a million different possible interpretations. The hot sun on a summer day, a dancing octopus, a blaring horn, a stinky wheel of cheese, a glowing crystal ball, a squashed spider, a crown, a throwing star, a tunnel, a shimmering magic ring, a bubble popping, a volcano seen from above, a cannonball that crashed into a parking lot, a very hairy belly button, a radioactive grapefruit, an interdimensional portal. I could go on. The point is, every single thing in the universe, no matter how small or random or boring it might seem at first, can transform into the spark of a thrilling idea. Still don't believe me? Flip to any page in this book and plop your finger down without looking. Now read the words you're pointing to. What if that was a clue that led to the revelation of an ancient mystery? What if those were your great-grandfather's dying words? What if you met someone with that phrase tattooed on their face? You can't help but think about those words a bit differently now, right? It works kind of backward, but if you decide to be interested in something, no matter what it is, that thing becomes more interesting. It might even become fascinating, and eventually, inspirational. Instead of flipping through a book, you could go to a museum, walk through the woods, or visit any city in the world. That's why I keep saying inspiration is everywhere. You just have to learn how to recognize it. The problem is that most folks think that inspiration feels like a lightning bolt. They think inspiration goes Shazam! And your hair stands on end, your teeth chatter, and maybe even a little pee comes out. But the truth is, the feeling of inspiration is more like a single raindrop. It's often so subtle, you'll miss it if you're not paying careful attention. And that's just a taste of the introduction and all the fun things that are inside of The Human Kaboom.